Cancer, what is going on with you? Come on in, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. My name's Alan from UnknownTruthTarot.com. Welcome back to another Cancer love reading. Now, if this is your first time here and you have questions that you want answered about your romantic love life or your relationship, then start now by subscribing and clicking on that little bell icon so you always get notified anytime I post a new Cancer tarot reading for you. Now, let's get on with this Cancer love reading today, because today we are going to take a look at the status of the love connection between you and your romantic person of interest here in October 2022. And I'm going to do that by getting one card to represent the mutual point of interest or the shared energy that's affecting both of you. Then I'm going to get 3 cards for you, Cancer, 3 cards for your person, and then I'm going to clarify everything with the second deck, just to make sure we can get down to the bottom of the unknown truth about what's really going on in this love connection of yours. So let's get this Cancer love reading for October 2022 started by getting one card for what is the mutual point of interest between Cancer and their romantic person of interest here in October 2022, please. Let's get one card. Thank you. Let's get 3 cards for you, Cancer. What's going on with Cancer as it relates to their romantic person of interest and the connection between them in October 2022. Let's get 2 more for Cancer. Okay, we'll take an extra one, no problem. Let's get 3 cards for your person, Cancer. What's going on with Cancer's romantic person of interest as it relates to Cancer and the connection between them in October 2022? Let's get 1 more. 3 more, huh? Well, all right. I'm going to read those last 2 together so we don't turn this into a big long 2-hour reading here. The same thing happened on your end though. I asked for 1 extra card and I got 2 there at the end. On the bottom of the deck, the overall energy of this reading is death. This is the Scorpio Major Arcana card. It represents an ending to something. Sometimes this can be something dying so that it can be reborn again in a new, more beautiful way. Sometimes this can represent this like painful transformation process that one or both of you or the connection itself is going through. It would be kind of like if you think about a caterpillar when it goes into a cocoon. It is not having a party in the cocoon. It's not fun and games for the caterpillar. It's actually dying. It's dissolving. It's going through a painful transformation, a metamorphosis. And when it comes out of that cocoon, it's not a caterpillar anymore. The caterpillar aspect of itself has died and been replaced by a beautiful butterfly. So it can represent one of those situations where something has happened and what you guys are going through right now is incredibly painful and tough to deal with. But when you come out the other side, it can sometimes end up being a case where you're better than you were before this happened. Sometimes this can just represent the death of a connection. It might be that. I have the 10 of Pentacles right under it. 10 of Pentacles is Virgo energy. This is most people's goal in the physical 3D reality. It's like maximum stability and abundance and prosperity and that happy, stable home life we all want where no one wants for anything. This represents like the combining together of 2 people or 2 families and all their assets and resources into one, like combining lives together. So it looks like we have either a painful transformation period happening with that type of a concept, or we have an ending to that type of a concept. A lot of times for me, this will represent people that are married or that live together or are at the very least going in the direction of living together. Some either a death to that type of a connection or a painful transformation related to that. You have the Wheel of Fortune right under that in terms of zodiac signs. This represents the 4 fixed signs. So Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius. This is a change to something. This can be a change in the luck and fortune of the connection. In other words, things could have been going good and then suddenly the wheel spun the other way and now things go to hell in a handbasket really quick. It can work in reverse too. So it can be that things are going really bad right now and this could be the wheel spinning the other way. This can represent like the wheel of fate or the wheel of destiny. So it can be like a fated event. It could be like something that's supposed to happen. And for me, that's usually what this card represents. Like It's either some big change taking place, or it's saying that what's supposed to happen is going to happen regardless of what you do. And more than that, it's going to happen when it's supposed to happen, and there's not really anything you can do to speed it up. So it can even represent divine timing. Looks like we're going through some sort of a pause here. We've got the Seven of Pentacles, which is Taurus energy of taking a pause, taking a period of time to like pause and reflect and take stock of the connection between the two of you, take stock of the situation you guys are finding yourselves in. And it's about taking a look at the seeds that you guys have planted between the two of you and trying to decide, is this ever going to grow into that Ten of Pentacles that we've already seen, that Ten of Pentacles that I really want? Is it ever going to grow into that? Is this worth me investing my time, effort, and energy into, or continuing to do so, or even reinvesting in this? Is it worth that? Or is this a spot where maybe it's not ever going to pan out the way I want it to, and maybe I should just cut my losses and move on? So this represents a period of time where there's this pause to reflect and ask yourselves those types of questions. That's the overall gist of what it looks like this reading is going to talk to me about. We might come back to this more as we move through the reading here. But this mutual point of interest is shared energy that affects both of you, Cancer, in October 2022. Doesn't always affect you both exactly the same way. So even after I clarify this, it's not uncommon that I don't fully understand what this piece is trying to tell me, but I come back to it again as I go through your energy. I'll come back to it again as I go through your person's, and then I'll be able to see how it applies to each of you. But here in October 2022, Cancer, the shared energy affecting you both is the Knight of Wands. This is the second fastest moving knight in the deck. It's like rushing forward and taking some rapid, passionate action toward something that there's passion and desire for. The negative aspect of this card, excuse me, is that sometimes it gets referred to as the player of the tarot deck. It can be a wishy-washy, in and out, back and forth kind of an energy, like someone who decides what they want and they start going after it, and then suddenly they pull back and they go a different way. So this can be someone who has shifting loyalties. It can be someone who can't make up their mind and then stay committed to what they decided they wanted, and they're kind of like non-committal, and they change their commitments like wishy-washy. This can also represent someone who comes rushing in all passionately to you and gets what they want, and then they rush out passionately somewhere else because they can't stay in one place for too long. So they go somewhere else and get what they want, and then they try and come back and forth and play both sides of the fence. So this can sometimes represent someone who's being a player here. Let me clarify this and see if it gives me any more information. Tell me more about this Knight of Wands, please. Why is the Knight of Wands the mutual point of interest between Cancer and their person? Thank you. Got one flip in the deck. All right. On the bottom of the deck, 8 of Pentacles. This is Virgo energy. This is a card of work. It's about putting in the work, putting in the time, effort, and energy on something to get what you want, or at the very least being willing to put the work in on something. Oh no, I have the moon under that. This is fear, worry, anxiety. This would be Pisces energy, by the way. It can also represent like uncertainty. Like when the moon is out, it's dark. You can't see the path in front of you. And here we see the path leading up between these two towers here. So this is about uncertainty about, am I still on the right path? Did I make a wrong turn somewhere? Is this even the path I'm supposed to be on? Should I turn around and go back? So it's like not being able to see clearly everything that's in front of you and starting to have fear, worry, and anxiety based on uncertainty. This card can also represent something being hidden in the dark, as in some secret being kept. It might actually be one or more of those things at the same time here. I've got the 5 of Cups next. This is Scorpio energy of sadness and remorse about the past. It's about being focused on these 3 cups that have been spilled out, all the love and emotions that have been spilled and wasted, all the time, effort, and energy that got spilled and wasted. Now, in the background, behind the person, are still two upright, completely full cups. So this can represent that there is still an emotional connection between the two of you. It just doesn't have the full focus right now. Right now, someone's focus, possibly both of your focus, is on something else. At its core, that's what this card is really about, is what you focus on literally determines the emotions that you feel. So if you're focused on the past, you're going to feel what you felt in the past. If you focus on something that you think you've lost, you're going to feel that loss. If you focus on something you believe is missing from your life, you're going to feel that gap in your life. So this is just a card that says where the focus is right now is on negative type things, and it's causing negative type emotions here. This can represent sadness, remorse about doing something, like regrets about doing something, having some level of guilt, some negative emotion, and like, look at what I did, I spilled this and that was my fault. It could represent that. It could represent from one of your ends that you're looking at the connection itself and having sadness and remorse that a lot of it has been spilled out, but there are still some stuff in the background here. There's still somewhat of a connection between the two of you, even if that's not something that you can see right now because it's hidden in the dark. This could also represent too that someone was putting in work in the dark, hiding what they were doing, possibly sneaking around, hidden in the dark, keeping a secret about something, and now there's some sadness and remorse and regrets from that person for what they did, and probably sadness and remorse and regrets from the other person based on everything that happened after that. After that, we got the Nine of Pentacles, which is more Virgo energy. This is a singles card. This is about being physically single. We saw that Ten of Pentacles here, which is about combining lives together, building lives together. This is doing that all by yourself, like being single. Looks like that probably happened very quickly and abruptly. We have the Knight of Swords right under that. Knights are action takers. This is about rushing forward and taking some rapid, decisive action on something. The Knight of Swords comes rushing in super fast, but he is not the dude that once he gets there, he has to figure out what to do. He's not the dude that sits down and reads the instruction manual when he gets there. This is the dude that rushes in super fast, does something without thinking about it first, without thinking about it while they're doing it, and then when they're done, they rush out just as fast as they came in, and they don't ever stop to think about what's going on until after they've already done it. So this can be a really abrupt, like spontaneous, like right now kind of an energy, possibly related to news and messages and communications about love and emotions, like lovey-dovey messages going out, like love offers going out. It could be that there is an apology coming in too. This Page of Cups is like a messenger, so they represent news and messages and communications about love and emotions. This can represent an apology. It can represent someone who is emotionally immature, because the Page is the lowest level of the court card. Above that we have Knight, Queen, and King. So this is coming in as a Page. So immature, expressing of feelings. I'm not 100% sure on that. What I am sure of is we got some wishy-washy in and out energy and some fear, worry, and anxiety, some sadness and remorse, and we're both single here. Well, maybe not necessarily both single. Sometimes this Nine of Pentacles can represent someone who's not single, but they portray themselves in the physical world as if they are, acting single when they're not, which is definitely a trait of this player type of an energy here. To clarify that Knight of Wands, I have the Fool, the Three of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups. The Fool is the very first card of the major arcana, card 0. It's the first card of the whole tarot deck. This is about taking the blind leap of faith on something, like not needing to know what all the steps are from beginning to end before that first step gets taken, not needing to know what the final outcome or end result is going to be before that first step is taken. This is about just throwing caution to the wind and saying, you know what, screw it, I'm going to go for it. And it's about jumping off the cliff and worrying about how to grow wings on the way down, like going for it and then figuring it out as you move along, not beforehand, which is feeling very connected to this Knight of Swords energy that we saw. The person who doesn't think about it first, they just take the action and they don't think about it until later. Now, another meaning to the Fool can represent foolish behavior, or it can represent like risk-taking behavior, as in taking risks outside of the connection. I have the Three of Pentacles next, which is Capricorn energy of teamwork, collaboration. Working together as equals to build something of value, to build something great. What you would be working together as equals to build in this case is that Ten of Pentacles that we see here right below the Death card. So this would be like putting in the work required together as equals to combine lives together and to build that Ten of Pentacles, that stable, abundant home life that we all want, where everyone's like joined together into one. So it looks like we've got some player energy taking place, someone being foolish, just going for it, not thinking it through first, while in the middle of a commitment between the two of you. This card about working together as equals is central to the clarifiers here. So it's in the center of the energy. So there was definitely being in the middle of working together when this took place. Nine of Cups is Pisces energy. Just like this Nine of Pentacles that we saw here, and I said that's the singles card, about being single in the physical world, like being on your own, one step back from being combined together physically. This is that same concept, only in the emotional realm of things. So the Ten of Cups would be the equivalent to the Ten of Pentacles here, where we're all combined together in love and fully in love with each other, and it's like the happy fairy tale love connection. This is a step back from that. This represents being emotionally single. So something definitely happened here. There was a death to this Ten of Pentacles here. Something changed the luck and fortune of that and left you in a time period where you're trying to reflect and take stock of, this isn't even worth continuing with, or should I cut this off and move on? And we've not only become physically single, we've become emotionally single. Again, this can represent someone who's not actually single, that they're in the middle of working together to build something with someone, and they start acting as if they're emotionally single, acting as if they're physically single, and putting in the work somewhere else and potentially keeping that secret. I don't know yet if this sadness and remorse about that stuff that happened is from your person feeling guilty for doing that, or if it's from you, Cancer, feeling sadness and remorse that the connection itself has kind of died here. That's the shared energy that's affecting you both. Again, I will come back to this as I go through your energy, Cancer, to see how that applies to you. I'll do that again as I go through your person's energy and see how it applies to them. But for your energy in this connection for October 2022, we have the Eight of Wands, the Six of Cups, and then these two came out together. We got Justice and Temperance. The Eight of Wands is Sagittarius energy. This is the second fastest energy in the deck. The only energy faster than this, Cancer, is your major Arcana card, the Chariot. So this is a really fast moving energy. That Knight of Swords that I saw here, that's the third fastest energy in the deck. And this Knight of Pentacles here is the fourth fastest energy in the deck. So we've got a lot of speed here. A lot of speed taking place. I don't think you saw this coming. I think this probably happened very abruptly. This can be rapid back and forth, passionate communication. This can be rapid forward movement on something, rapid progress on something that there's passion and desire for. This can also just represent an overwhelming amount of energy coming at you all at once. Like, it would be like trying to take a drink of water out of a fire hose. I mean, they used to use those to, probably still do, to disperse people that are rioting in the streets. They'll bring the fire hose out and spray the whole crowd and blow the people halfway down the street. So it'd be like trying to take a drink of water out of that. It's too much. It's too much coming at you all at once. Too much to process, too much to deal with. And it can be very overwhelming. It can definitely cause some sort of a painful transformation process here. Tell me more about this Eight of Wands for Cancer, please. Why is the Eight of Wands here? Let's get one more. Okay. See how it's going to work. I asked for one more and they gave me three. So, all right. Got you. Got you. On the bottom of the deck, Page of Pentacles. News, messages, communications about some physical practical, like tangible opportunity presenting here. Most of the time for me, this represents planning for the future. So you're having some overwhelm here in terms of planning for the future. It looks like planning for the future after the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is Gemini energy. This is a swift, painful ending. Sometimes it's an ending that you don't see coming, hence the swords being in the guy's back. If you saw that coming, they'd be in your front, not your back. I've already said I feel like this happened really abruptly, very fast. You may not have seen this coming. This can also represent an ending in betrayal, hence the swords being in the dude's back. He got backstabbed. He got betrayed by someone close to him. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Three of Cups is under that. This is Cancer energy. It's got two distinct meanings. It can be about being reunited and celebrating, as in like getting back together, reconciling, putting a relationship back together and celebrating that. Or this can also represent a third party love connection, because we do have 3 cups of love in the picture here. It could be that you're overwhelmed because there was a third cup of love and this came to an end, and now what the hell am I supposed to do with the future plans I had? It could be that you're overwhelmed because this came to an end and there's this painful transformation period here and something could potentially be changing. Could be overwhelmed because you're still in this period of time where you're reflecting on what happened here, and you're overwhelmed by the fact that after all of this, you brought someone else in. It could be you're waiting on something from this person as well. I have the 3 of Wands, which is Aries energy. So 2 3s in a row here. This is an energy of being at the beginning stages of manifesting something. And you've already decided what it is that you want. You've already chosen the path that leads you to the world that you really want. And you've already started taking steps down that path. You've already started taking the actions that you believe are going to help you manifest the thing that you want to happen. It just hasn't happened yet. And you still have this positive expectancy that it's going to happen. It just, you're still waiting on it right now. So this is definitely an energy of waiting. And then I've got the World under that, the final card of the major arcana. So I have the beginning and the end here. This card represents completions of cycles, as in the ending of one cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. So it could be that this connection is over. It died, it came to an abrupt end, and you're trying to plan around that, potentially for getting back together and waiting on that to happen, waiting on the ending of the cycle where this is the painful transformation period, and getting to the new cycle where we're back to this 10 of Pentacles and back together, and we've turned this whole thing around and made it the way it's supposed to be. It could be that. I don't know what else you would be waiting on, unless it's possible, like waiting on the overwhelm to go away. Yeah, but right under this World card, I've got that 8 of Wands again, which is that card I'm clarifying for you right now. So it could also be that you might have had some sort of an idea or an intuitive hit that there was something fishy going on, and you were just waiting on it to actually all come out, and then the cycle would end. We did see the Moon card, something being hidden in the dark, waiting on that cycle to end. And then when that cycle did end, you got into this massive level of overwhelm. Maybe forced you into hermit mode here. This is like withdrawal, isolation, communication shutting down. The important thing about the hermit is it's not really a choice. Like, no one chooses voluntarily to go into hermit mode. This is about being forced inside yourself to do some soul searching, to do some deep inner reflection, some deep contemplation, trying to figure out how to move forward from here. It's about taking a look at yourself and what to adjust about you so that you can move forward here. But again, it's not really a choice. Something happens to put a person in hermit mode. What usually happens is death, the 10 of Swords, 5 of Swords, something like that. And I've got death out here as the overall energy of the whole reading. I've got the 10 of Swords right here in your energy. And I'm getting ahead of myself, but your person's very first card in their energy is the 10 of Swords. So clearly something has happened, and it's probably deeply affected you and forced you to do some soul searching or some deep contemplation at minimum. Now, what actually came out to clarify the Eight of Wands is the Ace of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the Star, and Strength. This Ace of Cups represents a new beginning in love and emotions, or an opportunity for a new beginning in love and emotions. So this could be you're overwhelmed because your person brought an extra cup into the mix here, started a new beginning emotionally somewhere else. This could represent you wanting to fill the cup back up with your person, wanting to kind of start over at square one in terms of love and emotions here. I have the Four of Pentacles next, which is Capricorn energy. This is an energy of holding on tightly to something and not wanting to let go of it. Overwhelmed because you're holding on to the cup of love that you still feel for this person, possibly wanting to start this connection over and holding on to the person and not wanting to let go of it. Could also actually be you're still holding on to the idea that they brought another cup into the picture and you can't get that out of your head. You can't let go of that either, which could definitely also lead to overwhelm. Very next card is the Knight of Cups. This is an action taker. Cups are about love and emotions, so this is actions toward love and emotions. Romantic offers, romantic gestures, being flirty, asking someone out, trying to move forward with a cup of love, trying to advance a love connection here. It could be, again, that you're holding on to the idea of filling the cup back up and wanting to move forward. It could be, again, you're overwhelmed with the idea they brought a third cup in and you can't let go of that. And like you can't let go also of the fact that they took actions on that opportunity that they had. It really is feeling like there is at least a piece of you that is still holding on to this person or holding on to the connection that you felt and potentially still wanting to move forward with it, because I do have the Star next. This is the Aquarius Major Arcana card. It's wish fulfillment, it's healing, it's hope. It's also card 17 of the Major Arcana. Card 16, the one that comes right before this in the sequence, is the Tower. So you don't ever make it to the Star without going through a tower moment of some kind where everything just falls apart right in front of you. It all collapses, it all comes tumbling down, and nothing's the same after that. When a tower happens, a relationship collapses, or the belief system you had about the relationship you were in, and then something changes that, and now that belief collapses in front of your eyes and you realize, wait, it's not the way I thought it was. When that happens, it's really hard to see your path moving forward. I do have the Page of Pentacles here, you trying to plan for a future while you're overwhelmed. The Star is the guiding light from the universe that shows up to light the way for you so you can see your path moving forward. This is literally where hope comes from. It's where healing comes from. So there is still some element here of you having a lot of emotions for this person and potentially having the hope that this can be healed and that we can move forward. And in the meantime, you've got Strength, the Leo Major Arcana card. This is a card that tells me you are going through something very difficult right now. When I have Death as the overall energy of the reading, you're definitely going through something painful and something difficult right now, probably based on the ending of this connection. And it's requiring you to dig down deep inside yourself and tap into all the internal strength that you have in order to even make it through what you're going through right now. This can also be a card of someone who's trying to tame that beast inside themselves. In other words, they're trying to rein themselves in. They're trying to hold themselves back, not do something hasty and make some kind of a mistake that they regret later. So it's about trying to tame that piece of yourself that wants to move forward on this. Potentially you got some anger that you're trying to contain. You've got some hurt that you're trying to contain. Could also be that you want this person back and you're trying to stop yourself from doing that. Central to your energy for October 2022, Cancer, Six of Cups. This is the Scorpio Major Arcana card, Minor Arcana card. I've got two Scorpio energies here. I felt like I said Scorpio at some other point. I've got Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Leo, looks like some Libra, some Sagittarius, Gemini, more Leo, more Capricorn, Cancer, Capricorn, Pisces. You could be dealing with any of those signs. This is a general collective reading, so it's going to be almost impossible for me to pin down exactly who you're dealing with, because I'm not tapping into your specific energy as an individual person the same way I would in a personal reading. Here I'm tapping into the collective energy of a large group of Cancer people that I'm responsible for getting messages for. So I'm just going to call out all the signs that prominently stick out to me, that way in case they mean anything to you. But the Six of Cups is Scorpio energy of the past. It's thinking about the past. It's reminiscing about the past, thinking about the good old days and the way things used to be between the two of you. Can even represent someone from the past making a comeback. Tell me more about this Six of Cups for Cancer, please. Why is that central to Cancer's energy for October 2022? I have one flipped over. Where'd you go? There we are. All right. On the bottom of the deck, Knight of Swords. Fastest knight in the deck. It's rushing forward, taking some rapid, decisive action on something very quickly, not thinking about it first. Feel like this is talking about your person here. Now, if you guys have broken up, your person would qualify as someone from the past, even if you just broke up yesterday. Because technically, yesterday's the hell, technically 10 minutes ago is the past. This could also be telling me, though, I have the Page of Cups underneath that. So this is news and messages and communications about love and emotions, like lovey-dovey offers going out, flirtatious behavior going out from someone who wasn't thinking about it. Could also be telling me that your person took these rapid, decisive actions of expressing emotions and flirting and lovey-dovey messages and stuff like that, beginning stages of a love offer with a person from their past. Now, when I say a person from their past, it doesn't have to be someone that they used to be with romantically before you. It can just be someone that they have some history with, someone that they already know. So people that you work with would qualify in that. Someone that you met spur of the moment at the nightclub doesn't count in that. So this doesn't feel like it's someone that they met and then just abruptly did some stuff with spur of the moment first time they met that person. This feels more like they just spur of the moment started up lovey-dovey type stuff with someone that they already knew. Whether that's someone that they had already been with or not, we don't know. Take that however it resonates for you. Yeah, but right under the lovey-dovey messages, I have that card of work again, Virgo energy, of putting in the work, putting in the time, effort, energy, or being willing to. This card can literally represent work. So it could be someone that they physically worked with, or someone that they knew from a previous employment of some kind. The moon right under that, again, fear, worry, and anxiety, something hidden in the dark, a secret being kept. It could be any of those things. Then more sadness and remorse about the past. So you're definitely doing some thinking about the past with this person and the history you have. It's also possible that your person started up something and kept it secret with someone that they already know or had been with before, or even potentially someone that they know from work. To clarify this Six of Cups, I have the Six of Pentacles, Temperance, and the Four of Swords. The Six of Pentacles is Taurus energy. This is usually a card of balance. It can be like balancing the connection out, like thinking about the past and how balanced it used to be. It was equal give and take at some point. This can also represent the merchant, which would be your person in this case, giving to two, as in you and someone that they have history with of some sort. That is sitting directly next to this Ace of Cups here, this new beginning in love and emotions. So I think in the past, things might have been more balanced between you and this person, but they started giving to two and they had a cup of love going out behind your back, it looks like. The moon is there for sure. So Temperance is the next card. It's Sagittarius Major Arcana. I'm getting ahead of myself, but it is one of the 2 cards that came out for you for your last card in your energy. This is a card of patience. It's about blending things together, but doing it little bits at a time, not dumping both buckets together all at once. It's like doing it little bits at a time and then making some fine-tuning adjustments as you go. This can also be a card of reconciliation. In tarot, water represents love and emotions, and here the love has been separated into 2 different cups, and this angel is recombining the love back together, like putting it all back into 1 cup. So this would be like recombining the 2 people, recombining a relationship back together. Directly next to that is that 4 of Pentacles, of holding on tightly to something and not wanting to let go of it. So I think during your reminiscing here, you might be having thoughts about being patient with this, being patient long enough to get this balanced out, because there is still a piece of you that doesn't want to let go of this. So I got the 4 of Swords as your final clarifier here. This is Libra energy. This is taking a pause, taking a rest, taking a break. This can represent there's a pause, a break in the connection, as in we're not, according to this, like we're not 100% done here. This is just a break. We can balance this out. We can fix this. I just got to be patient. Next to that is this Knight of Cups. Again, forward movement with love offer, advancing a love connection, trying to figure out how to do that. This is the minor arcana version of that Hermit card that we saw for you. In the Hermit, it's not a choice. You get forced going inside yourself. Here, it is a choice. This is choosing to calm your mind down, like meditating, relaxing, choosing to calm your thoughts, go inside yourself to heal something, or go inside yourself to figure out what to do moving forward from here. Figure out how to move this cup of love forward here. And then maintaining the hope that this can be healed. And again, though, I still have this Strength card here. So this could just be telling me it's difficult for you to make it through this period of time. And you're tapping into your internal strength to do that. Or this could be saying that at times you think about the past with this person. And some of those times you want to balance this out and heal it and try to figure out how to move forward with it again. And you're trying to rein yourself back from doing that. Trying to hold yourself back from actually doing it because it might be a mistake. The final card in your energy, we actually got 2. We got Justice and Temperance. Justice is the Libra Major Arcana card. It's the most powerful card of balance in the deck. It's about doing the right thing, the fair thing, the just thing. This would be about severing something, like cutting away something that's not in balance. That way balance gets restored and the right, fair, just thing can happen. What's supposed to happen can happen. So this could represent trying to balance the connection out, just like that 6 of Pentacles could. But the fact that this card is even here tells me something unfair and unjust has occurred that needs balanced out. We also have Temperance, which again is another card of balance. It's like trying to blend things together and even things out the way they're supposed to be. It's trying to be patient with this until things can get balanced out. This could be also saying that even though something unfair and unjust happened, there's still this desire to recombine the 2 of you back together, to balance it out and fix it so that what you believe is supposed to happen actually happens. Tell me more about Justice and Temperance, please. Why is that here for Cancer in October 2022? Why is Justice and Temperance here? Let's get one more. Let's get one more for Justice and Temperance, please. Thank you. Got you. Bottom of the deck. 8 of Pentacles, Virgo energy of work, putting in the work, time, effort, and energy to get what you want, or being willing to. This is almost like you're still willing to try to balance this out because you believe that that's what's supposed to happen. Like this needs made fair. We can put the work in to fix this. Got the Ace of Swords next. This is the sword of victory. It's also the sword of truth and the sword of clarity. It can even be the sword you would use to make a decision with or to sever a relationship with. And I do have the Knight of Swords right behind that. Fastest knight in the deck, rushing forward, taking rapid, decisive action on something. And there's that same Page of Cups. It's going to tell me the same story. No, it's not. It's going to get a little different. I got that Page of Cups, the lovey-dovey messages, the communicating about emotions, possibly representing an apology. Almost like, hey, we can put the work on in this. I need the truth. You need to come rushing forward and speak the truth to me and apologize and express your emotions, and then we can balance this out. I've got the Hierophant next, Taurus's major arcana card. This is a card of commitment. It's about taking things to the next level. It's about being in a committed relationship, a committed connection. This can be a card about engagements and marriage. I've got the Ten of Pentacles here. So again, I said that this is usually people that are married or live together or are at least going down the path toward living together and combining their lives together physically. These two cards can definitely represent a marriage. So it wouldn't surprise me if you were married to this person. And if not, that part of the message is for the very next Cancer that watches this after you. Yeah, I've got the Ten of Cups right behind that. Okay. If you weren't married, in your feelings and your thoughts about this connection, it was going there. We were going to live together. We were going to be married. We were going to have this happy fairy tale love connection. The Ten of Cups is Pisces energy, the happy fairy tale ending, like the love connection that everyone dreams of. This is most people's goal in love and emotions and relationships. It's being combined together and fully in love. And then the Hanged Man, Pisces major arcana energy of progress being halted. There is no forward movement. Things are stuck and at a dead standstill. Looks like the reason that occurred is more Pisces energy here. Eight of Cups. This is a card of detachment, like emotional detachment, physically detaching and walking away. The person here is walking away from 8 full cups of love, and they're doing that because they think there's something better out there for them. Like, this can be, is the grass greener on the other side of the fence syndrome? Well, I got to go find out and see. So they walk away to go find out, is the grass greener over there? And what they usually find out is, no, the grass is not greener on the other side of the fence, dumbass. It's greener where you water it. It's greener where you nurture it and pour your love and pour something of yourself into it, not on the other side of the fence. So a lot of times they realize this after the fact because they didn't think it through first, and then they try to make some sort of a comeback. So that could be what this Six of Cups is telling me central to your energy, that this person is now trying to come back to balance this all out and reconcile the connection with you. It could be that. It could be that there's this energy of putting in the work or being willing to do that because now the truth is coming out. They're communicating to you about the truth, speaking the truth on something, apologizing, and then wanting to get the commitment back. But I don't necessarily know that that's what's happening, because that next card of everything stopping suddenly and this emotional detachment, this feels much more like this is telling me what happened that was unfair and unjust, and why it was unfair and unjust to you is because your beliefs about the connection were so strong. You believed this was your happily fairy tale ending, happily ever after. You believed this was going to marriage. That you believed that in the center of it all, we're working together as equals to build something of value, to build that Ten of Pentacles, the combined together life, the combined together love of that Ten of Cups. And then someone detached and walked away. There's the Devil right under that, Capricorn's major arcana card. This is heavy toxic energy. This can be obsession. It can be addiction. It can be a feeling of being trapped by something. Your person could have felt trapped and just had to go somewhere else. They couldn't stay in this place for too long. They had to go somewhere else all passionately and get what they want. This could even represent your person having some addiction to the wand, as in like when the wand stands up and points at something, they got to rush off and find out what it's pointing at. That wand is the phallic symbol of the tarot deck. It represents the male phallus, using it to be intimate, sex, sexual energy. This can be someone who is obsessed with their wand, obsessed with chasing tail, obsessed with being a player. There's something deep-seated under the surface of them that they never dealt with. They kind of just repressed it and pushed it down into the shadows and pretended like it wasn't there, but it is there. And now it's controlling pieces of their life by making them follow the wand. It could be any of that type of stuff. Yeah, that's definitely the unfair, unjust thing that occurred. There's the Justice card again, which is the card, one of the two cards I'm clarifying right now. Whenever I clarify a card and I get the same damn card, that's the universe going, dude, I'm telling you, there's something unbalanced here. There's something unfair going on here. And in order to make this right, that thing needs cut away. Now, to clarify justice and temperance, what actually came out, King of Swords, Ten of Wands, the Emperor. The King of Swords is either Gemini or Aquarius energy. This is a decision-making energy, but it's someone who, when they make their decisions, they do it through smarts and logic and reason and common sense, and like they do the math on it. You know, they do the thinking on it, but they don't do the feeling. They're an emotionally detached person. I just saw the Eight of Cups, emotionally detaching, physically detaching. This is an emotionally detached decision maker. It's someone who, especially to a water sign that's super intuitive like you, Cancer, this type of a person can feel cold, or even cold and calculated and cunning and ruthless and stuff like that. This is usually someone who is very smart, though, and very logical and rational and analytical. And when they make their decisions, they throw emotions out the window and don't even acknowledge that they have any. And they're only looking at what's right in front of them, what's the truth and the facts, and they make their decisions based on that. Now, this could be that whole concept still. Where did it go? I'm looking for the Strength card, and it's here on the floor, so that's a good clue. I needed it. This could be you trying to rein your emotions in, not let your emotions get the best of you, not let your emotions get involved in your decision about what would make this right. And you're trying to be very logical and rational and analytical about that decision, ignoring your emotions and looking at the truth of what actually happened and deciding that way. The truth of what actually happened is your person took rapid actions with lovey-dovey stuff while they were in a commitment with you and didn't think about it first. If this is representing your person, it's that cold, calculated decision maker that's really not interested in the emotions. They don't care how they feel. They don't care how you feel. All they care about is what's right in front of them. Ten of Wands is next. This is Sagittarius card of a heavy burden being carried here by you. Cancer, you're not one of those signs that is supposed to be the King of Swords. You are a water sign. You're very intuitive. You're very emotional and in touch with your emotions, like that. You feel things, you know, and this is the person that ignores that. And if that's what you're trying to do, if you're trying to ignore the truth of what you saw, and like the Justice card, the person is not blindfolded. Their eyes are literally sealed shut, as in they can't see anything. So if you're trying to pretend like you didn't see something that happened just so that you can try to balance this connection and recombine this connection, that is a heavy burden. Like trying to ignore your intuitive side and your emotional side and be 100% conscious mind, logical thinker is a burden to you. Which tells me that you probably have something out of balance in yourself. You know, this can also be about like trying to balance something out that's imbalanced. So like the best example I can think of off the top of my head is you make a cup of coffee and you accidentally put too many teaspoons of sugar in it, and now when you taste it, it's so damn sweet that you can't drink it. Well, you have to balance that back out. You pour some of the coffee out to make more room in the cup, and you pour some extra coffee in it with no sugar in it, and stir it up, and now it's balanced out, and you keep doing that until it's like, okay, that tastes good, I can drink that now. It's like you're burdened by the whole imbalance that you have between your head and your heart. You're probably burdened by what happened here, by the cold, calculated decision making of this person. And you're also probably burdened by the fact that there's still a piece of you that wants to hold on to this connection or to this person, and you don't want to let go of it. And there is an imbalance that is creating between your head and your heart. And that in and of itself can be the heavy burden. So it can be any of those things. It can be more than one of those things at the same time, which is why I try to give you as many different possibilities as I can, because it's not always cut and dry. Sometimes it's actually all of that stuff all at the same time. But the final card to clarify justice and temperance is another major arcana card, the Emperor. This is the Aries major arcana card. This is an energy of control. It's about taking control of a situation, taking charge of a situation, possibly putting some boundaries in place, some rules, some frameworks in place of how this is going to go because I said so. This is also a master manifester energy. It's not as potent as the Magician. He's the Mac Daddy master manifester, but this is still up there. This is someone who has all the tools, abilities, and resources to put together a plan to get what he wants and then execute that plan to get what he wants. So at its core, it's about taking control and getting what I want. It's sitting directly next to this Four of Swords. So this could be that even through this burden that you're experiencing, you're still trying to put together a plan to get what you want, trying to figure out how to step into your power so that you can actually get what you want, which still, on some level, looks like trying to move forward in this connection. Unless you have a new connection here and are still somehow connected to this person. That's also something that just occurred to me is possible here. It's possible that you have a new person and you tuned into this reading hoping that it would be about them, and instead you're finding out it was about the person from your past who did you dirty and did you wrong. Could be that too. And now you're still carrying a burden from that person in the past, and now this could be about trying to take control of that. This could also represent that you're not actually in control of this situation. Your person is. They were the one that was taking the actions, not you. And you're just feeling the burden and the imbalances in you that it's created, and the difficult situation and the pain that you're going through could be the burden. And this could actually be your person's energy showing up here because they're going to get what they want. They put together a plan to get what they want, and they did it in the dark behind your back and got what they want. And you could be trying to figure out how in the hell could you move forward in a love connection and take actions on that stuff when we're together. It could be any of those things or all of those things. So scoot this over a dab and get us a little bit more room here. If that's your energy in the connection, Cancer, your person's energy, we got extra cards for them. I got the Ten of Swords, the Five of Wands, and then all three of these kind of came out together. I think that's going to be a little bit difficult to read, but I'm going to give it a try. We got the Four of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Ace of Wands. Now, a person's first card in their energy is always the most important. For you, Cancer, come here. Your first card was that Eight of Wands, like the fast forward movement on something related to passion, the overwhelm of too much coming at you all at once. That was the most important element for you. The most important thing in your person's energy is this Ten of Swords, this Gemini energy of a swift, painful ending to something. Sometimes an ending you didn't see coming, sometimes an ending in betrayal. No matter how you slice this card, it's an ending, and the overall energy is death. Another way to say an ending. Something died here, so something new could be born in its place. Tell me about this Ten of Swords for Cancer's romantic person of interest in October 2022, please. You can't make it up, Cancer. You can't make it up. Bottom of the deck. Six of Cups. Scorpio energy, the past, thinking about the past, reminiscing about the past, thinking about the good old days and the way things used to be between you, can represent someone from the past trying to come back from an ending here. Can also be telling me that this ended because of someone from their past, either someone that they were with previous to you at some point in the past, or someone that they were never with to begin with, but they know this person already. They have a past with them, a history of knowing them and reacting around them or engaging with them. Very interesting. We're going from the Six of Cups, Scorpio energy, to the Seven of Cups, Scorpio energy. I've also seen the Five of Cups and the Scorpio Major Arcana card is here. Wouldn't surprise me if you're dealing with the Scorpio. But again, you could be dealing with any sign. It's a collective reading. I'm just calling out what sticks out in case it means anything to you. But this Seven of Cups, Scorpio energy of options and choices. The confusion about the options and choices. There's a lot of cups here, a lot of different stuff this person could choose from, a lot of different ways this could play itself out. Possible that they know a lot of people that they have as options here. I do have as the shared energy the player of the tarot deck, and I'm getting ahead of myself, but their very first clarifier here is also the player of the tarot deck. Could be they have a lot of options and choices and they didn't want to make a mistake. The clouds of smoke around these cups represent clouded judgment. That could just be because they don't think things through first. That could be because they're intoxicated. It could be a drinking problem, like they were drunk. It could be they were too high on drugs. It could be any or all of those things. But then I've got the Four of Cups right under that. So this is Cancer energy of being emotionally discontent with what you have right in front of you. They're not happy with these three cups. They're not happy to be united with someone and celebrating that. So much so that they're daydreaming about this other cup, this other thing that they believe would lead them to more happiness and more emotional fulfillment. So this can represent that other person that they were thinking about here all the time while they were in the Three of Cups with you. This could even represent that they're not happy with the fact that there are three cups involved and they're still thinking about you. It could be either of those. Yeah, because this person from the past could also be you, and the confusion could be about, like, what the hell do I do about this? And they have multiple choices of things they could choose from to try and get the connection back here. Okay, so to clarify this Ten of Swords ending, Knight of Wands, King of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. A lot of Wands energy on this side. Again, the wand is the phallic symbol. Represents the male phallus, using it to be intimate, sexual energy, sex. Got the player of the tarot deck here. This is telling me this came to an end because they were a player. They rushed all passionately to you, got what they wanted, rushed passionately elsewhere, got what they wanted, shifting loyalties back and forth, in and out, non-committal type of a person here. Potentially rushed to someone that they already knew. Potentially they did that and now they're rushing back trying to get you back because you are the person from the past. It could be either or both. King of Pentacles is next, Virgo or Taurus energy. This is one half of the equation that builds this Ten of Pentacles that we keep talking about, that combined together, like building lives together. He works as equals, works together as equals to build something with the Queen of Pentacles. I don't have the Queen of Pentacles out here, and we're halfway done with the reading now. Got the King of Pentacles, though. So this tells me that your person is by themselves. I got the Nine of Cups here. Probably acted like they were by themselves. Single, emotionally. We saw the Nine of Pentacles when I clarified this mutual energy. Acting like they're by themselves physically. Physically are by themselves. This is usually someone that has their finances, their material assets and resources in order. Usually somebody that's like a decent on money or well-to-do on money. Could be someone who owns a business or is an independent contractor or a freelancer. It could be someone who works in like an authority position in a business. But what this is really feeling like is half of the equation. This would represent like the father or the husband figure, or that committed person that is building their life around me type of a figure, and they're being a player. So again, this pulls me back to what it looks like on your side is your beliefs about the connection itself, and believed either that this person is your husband and you're building a life with them, or not necessarily husband, could be wife too, or that you're going in that direction of being married, but you're not in the equation here. It's like they are in the equation. Another meaning to this Nine of Cups is someone who is like smug and more concerned about their own emotional happiness and what it is that they want, and at the expense of anyone else. It's like he's in a party hall here. He's got all these cups that he could be sharing with everyone else, but he's got his table and the tablecloth set so high that he's like isolated himself because he's going to drink all of this himself. Could also be a card of overindulgence too. So overindulgence in passion and desire. We did see the Devil. Could be overindulgence in drugs or alcohol. I've got a card here that can signify that. But the final card for this Ten of Swords is the Nine of Wands. This is Sagittarius energy. I've got the Eight of Wands as your first card. The Ten of Wands is in the clarifiers. Now I've got the Nine of Wands. So I've got all three Sagittarius minor arcana cards, the Sagittarius major arcana card from both decks out here in your energy. This is a card of being walled off and defensive about something. This can also be a card of healing. This is the wounded warrior and he's been hurt, hence the wall he's built around himself. So this can represent like a defense mechanism, like trying to not get hurt anymore, trying to heal from having been hurt so that you can move forward, or that your person could move forward. This could just represent that they put their walls up and they had a wall between you and them. This could represent that what they did here, being a player, actually caused the ending, and now your walls are up. So if this card of the past is representing them thinking about you and trying to figure out how to get this connection back, it looks like they're running into a wall that you have put in place to protect yourself so that you don't get hurt anymore. Five of Wands is central to your person's energy here. This is Leo energy. Fives are conflict, and Wands are about passion, about desire. So this is a conflict in desires, an internal conflict about what it is your person actually wants. I see that with this Knight of Wands that we have here out of both decks describing your person here. Wishy-washy, non-committal, can't make up their damn mind and stay committed to what they decided, changing their mind. They go forward all gung-ho and then they pull back on something. Fits perfectly in line with that. This is like a piece of them wants one thing, but then another piece of them wants pretty much the opposite of that, and they have this internal struggle inside of what it is that they actually want, and they pull themselves back and forth in like multiple different directions all at the same time. Tell me about this Five of Wands, please. Let's get one more. Okay. I see. You don't say. Bottom of the deck. Eight of Pentacles. Virgo energy of work. Putting in the work, time, effort, and energy on something. Or being willing to. Again, this can also represent literal work, as in your job, or where they go to actually do their work. No, I've got the Hierophant under that. This is Taurus energy of commitment, like taking things to the next level, like putting in the work on this commitment here. Taking things to the next level would be like, if you're not together anymore, this would be getting back together. If you are together, this would be going to the next level, like engagement, wedding, moving in together, things like that. Being in a very committed connection. There's that Ten of Cups there in the background again. Page of Cups, expressing emotions, news and messages, and communicating about that. Doesn't feel like that is related. No, it's not. Okay. So your person has some sort of internal conflict about putting in the work on this to get it back. And I see what their internal conflict is here. To clarify that, we have the Knight of Swords again, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles. That Knight of Swords, fastest knight in the deck, is the dude who doesn't think it through first, or even while he's doing it. He just comes rushing in, takes the action, rushes out, doesn't bother to think about it till after it's already done, after it's already too late. No coincidence that right next to that card is that Knight of Wands, and that is also the shared energy affecting you both. Your person is a player here. They rush in very quickly to get what they want, and they don't think through first. Looks like what they wanted was to follow the wand. This Ace of Wands is a new beginning in passion, a new beginning in desire. Again, it's the phallic symbol. It represents the male phallus, sexual energy, sex, and an opportunity to do that. And it's definitely your person that had the opportunity. I've got the Eight of Pentacles, the card of work here. I've got the King of Pentacles, which would be someone in a higher position at work or owns their own business type work, having a passionate new beginning. I've got two references yet. This feels like the second or third time I've referenced could have been somebody that they worked with, and now I've got connected to this wand and the player two cards that represent work. The final card here to clarify that Five of Wands is the Ace of Pentacles. This is a physical, tangible opportunity, like an opportunity in the physical world. This is usually the seed that has the potential to grow into this Ten of Pentacles that we all want. Now, it's not the Ten of Pentacles. It just has the potential to get there. It's an opportunity, but you have to grab opportunities and do something with them. Otherwise, it's just empty potential. This is feeling much more like your person had a physical opportunity here to get the wand out and follow it. And they took action on that first and then developed some sort of an internal conflict around having done that after the fact, is what this is looking like to me. Or this internal conflict they have could just be that a piece of them understands that they're with you and they want to be, and then another piece of them, they can't help but follow the wand when it stands up and does its thing. So they had that internal struggle there. The final card for your person, Cancer, is actually three. We got the Four of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Ace of Wands again. Four of Pentacles. Capricorn energy of holding on tight to something and not wanting to let go of it. This person is making me feel drained. It's not so much them. I feel like it's like picking up what this has done to you is like sucking energy out of me here. This Four of Pentacles is Capricorn energy, holding on tight to something, not wanting to let go of it. Looks like it's another case of where they have some internal conflict about what it is that they're holding on to and not willing to let go of. Because the first thing that they don't want to let go of is you, Cancer. This is the Chariot, Cancer's major arcana card. This is about using the will to get past obstacles and problems and challenges and things that are in the way. Just getting by all that stuff through sheer will alone and then moving forward very fast in success and victory. Fastest energy in the deck. This Eight of Wands for you is the second fastest energy in the deck. It's your first card. Your person has got the Knight of Swords, third fastest energy in the deck. The Knight of Wands is out here in both decks. That's the fourth fastest energy. So every card that I have that would indicate speed is here, including the fact that this was a swift, painful ending that you probably didn't see coming. They're not wanting to let go of you. They're not wanting to let go of this idea that we can overcome these problems and challenges here and move forward successfully still. But the problem is they're also not willing to let go of the Ace of Wands, which again is their sexual energy, their sexual drive, their wand, and following that. This feels like such a dishonest person here that's only concern is what they personally get enjoyment from. It doesn't matter if I'm in a commitment, if I'm working together with you to build something. As soon as there's an opportunity that physically presents itself for me to get my wand out, as soon as there's an opportunity for me to get my jollies in some way, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to think about it first. I'll figure it out as it happens. And if you get hurt in the process, tough for you. If you look at the emperors of ancient Rome as an example of this, they literally didn't care what happened to the soldiers, or what happened to the wives of those soldiers, or what happened to the children of those soldiers. All they gave a shit about was conquering some neighboring land, taking all the treasure for themselves and putting their face on some statues. If thousands of you have to die, so be it. I'm getting what I want, period. And that's what this person really feels like to me. And like my scalp is like lit up and tingling, like goosebumps on the top of my head right now. Because this person is conflicted. They don't want to let go of you, and they don't want to let go of being able to follow their wand and have those passionate opportunities happen. And it's possible that that's happening with someone that they work with. Tell me more about this Four of Pentacles, Chariot, Ace of Wands, please. Oh my God. Bottom of the deck, Judgment. This is a major Arcana card that is about a final decision being made. This, in a love reading, is a final decision about, are we going to call this dead and over with? Or can we resurrect it? Can we bring it back from the grave, bring it back to life, and transform it so it's never this way again? There's the Sun right behind that. This is Leo Major Arcana energy. The happiest card in the deck. It's happiness, joy, abundance, bliss, harmony. You can't get a better card than this in a love reading. The other meaning to this, though, is illumination. We saw the moon right toward the very beginning. Something hidden in the dark. Some secret potentially being kept. When something gets hidden in the dark, the sun is the next card after the moon. So the sun comes out, shines its light into the darkness, and exposes what was there so that you can see it for what it is. That could be talking about a judgment that happened because that got seen. This could at the same time also be talking about your person is wanting to resurrect this because you are a source of happiness. The connection with you is a source of happiness for them. And we already know that what's most important to them is their own personal happiness and fulfillment. To clarify this Four of Pentacles, Chariot, Ace of Wands. First clarifier, Seven of Swords, Nine of Swords, and then there's the Chariot again. I don't like this. Seven of Swords is Aquarius energy. Lying, cheating, deception, sneaking around behind your back, trying to get away with something that they shouldn't have been trying to get away with. This person doesn't want to lose you because this is what they did. And there was a judgment cast on them because that was found out. At the same time, this card has two other meanings. It could be not wanting to be hurt. Hence the guy stealing the swords. He doesn't want the swords used against him. He doesn't want the swords to be used to hurt him. So that's why he steals them. I don't feel that at all. What I feel here is the other meaning. Leaving something behind. He can only carry 5 swords and he has to leave 2 swords behind. And that's what your person is faced with. They did the sneaking around and got caught. And now they're faced with a decision of I have to let go of you, Cancer, or I have to let go of that opportunity I have to follow my wand. I have to leave something behind. But notice it's the 2 swords left behind. The 2 of Swords is that indecisive energy of a decision that needs to be made, only it's not being made. Either because the person doesn't have enough information, or there's something they can't see, or there's something they don't want to look at. I think that's the problem here. Your person did what they did, they got caught. They know they have to make a choice to leave that type of behavior behind or leave you behind, and they're refusing to choose. It's like choosing not to decide because they don't want to look at that option. The next card we have is the Nine of Swords, Gemini energy. This is fear, worry, anxiety, thinking about something over and over again with all that fear and worry behind their thinking, and doing that to the point that it starts to physically stress them out. And look what it's laying next to. The Ace of Wands. Like, thinking about leaving the wand behind is the thing they don't want to look at. Damn. Like, the person literally has their eyes covered, because in their mind, the situation that they're representing in their thoughts is so bad that they don't want to face that. It's probable that they also don't want to face the idea of losing you when they really want to hold on tightly to you. But they also want to hold on tightly to their passion and desire and their new beginning in that. Final card here is that Chariot card, the Cancer Major Arcana card. It's one of the cards I'm clarifying right now. So again, it's the universe screaming at me that this is you that they don't want to let go of. But it's also screaming at me double that they want to try to get past the problems and challenges here and move forward successfully with you. The problem is they don't want to actually get rid of the real problem. The real problem is the wand, and following the wand and letting the wand dictate policy to them instead of them being in control of the wand. The wand's in control of them. We saw that devil energy. I've got the Ace of Wands in both decks representing this person. I've got the Knight of Wands in both decks representing this person, and their own personal happiness and fulfillment, their jollies being top priority for them, even when they're building something with another person. They're not really trying to figure out how to get past the problems. They're trying to figure out how to put together a plan to get what they want. And what they want is you, and to be able to still run around and sneak around behind your back and do whatever the hell they want.